Hey there everybody, it's Lynnea for Simon Hurley Create. I love to make cards with a fun background and a simple image on top. That's kind of my go-to style. And as I was looking through my stash of Simon Hurley Create products, I realized that I have this amazing water marble background stamp, and I don't think I have inked this up. So that's definitely a situation that I need to rectify. I have another stamp set on screen, but I'm actually going to switch it out for a different stamp set later on. For now, though, let's just work with that water marble background stamp. I have a piece of Simon Hurley Create Stark White cardstock. This is my go-to heavyweight white cardstock. I'm running my anti-static powder tool over the top, and then I am going to ink up my water marble background stamp really well with a clear, sticky embossing ink. You can use a stamp positioner like a Misty for this if you want to, but since I am just going ahead and stamping that full background, not doing any special inking techniques, it's easier for me to just keep my Misty in its home and ink this up without it. So I'm just pressing my cardstock piece into that sticky ink, and then I added some clear embossing powder and heat set that. You can use white or clear for this technique. Since I'm working on a white cardstock piece, the clear is going to create a resist effect that is white anyway, and since I had my clear embossing powder on my desk, that's the one that I reached for. So now it's time for the Emboss Resist. So the heat embossing, the water marble background is going to resist any ink that I put on top. You can do this with ink blending or watercolors, really any kind of inking technique. I chose to go with my Simon Hurley Create dye inks and just quickly blend an easy background. I'm using Prom Queen, Crown Me, and Clear Skies. You want to make sure that you pick 3 colors that are kind of going to blend together, because you can see here that I am overlapping them quite a bit. And I'm just going back and forth between those 3 colors. I'm coming back in here with the Prom Queen now because that pink kind of got a little bit lost, and I wanted to bring that back out. Once I'm done with my ink blending, you can see how quick that was. It couldn't have been more than 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm just going to take a dry towel. This is what I would clean my stamps with. As you can see, it's quite dirty, and I'm just going to give that some elbow grease and wipe off any of that extra dye ink that's sitting on top of the heat embossing, and you're going to have that white image from the water marble background stamp against that fun ink blended background. And because it's an Emboss Resist technique, it didn't take any time at all. Okay, so here's the stamps that I'm going to use today. This is the Sentimental flower stamp set. And I switched out my original stamp set for this one because I love these flowers. I keep going back to these flowers. I keep going back to these sentiments. This is definitely going to be a go-to staple stamp set in my stash. I love that there's sentiments for all occasions. I love these big flowers and the leaves. They're big and they have so much detail to them that I think they're just perfect. My favorite way to use the Sentimental flower stamps is to not do anything at all to them. I'm just going to stamp them in black and cut them out with my scissors and put them on my card. They look amazing as white flowers because all those lines in the drawing of the flowers give so much detail and so much texture that you don't need to color them. So these are great images for creating a stunning background that's really colorful and really pops, and then just having some images on top. The white flowers against that colorful background, everything pops. The color in the background pops, and these white flowers really stand out as well. So I trimmed out all my leaves, my flowers, and my sentiment, and I arranged them the way I want them to be on my card. Here's a big trick that I use on almost every card. I took a piece of purple tape and I just picked up all of my images at once. So I have 2 flowers and 3 leaves. So all 5 images, I picked them up all at once. I'm going to add my adhesive behind them and use that purple tape as handles to replace them on my card exactly where I had them before. So I don't have to worry about getting things lined up. And then I'll pop up my sentiment. I'll flip over my card and trim off the excess that's overhanging that edge, and this card is finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick technique tutorial. I will see you again next time. Bye!